What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Stop asking women to cook and clean. They are not slaves. Stop it. To all you men out there who want a woman who can cook you a nice meal, stop. Why don't you get in the kitchen once in a while? No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I'm not expecting for food to be on the table when I get home after a hard day's work.
But you have no kids, and she just spent the whole day just...
That's fine. Why? Because I put myself in a position for her not to worry. Call it what you want, brother, but I'm not asking for repayment. She's not made, brother. That's just what it is. So in order for me to get mad, like...
Wait, no. So
to have food on the table and
look, I don't mean it as in like,
let's not just use food though.
Yeah, like,
she didn't clean up the kitchen.
Brother, like, she didn't do anything.
so look, and I don't see it as repayment. I don't.
Yeah,
what I see it as in like, cool, you're not working, you're staying at home. You know, we don't got kids and everything, but it's like, what are you doing? Like I said, I need someone who's busy.
Yeah,
I don't want no like lazy.
Same time, yeah, she could still go out. It's not
Do
like she
you?
has to
Do
be
you?
in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah,
when I come home, I don't expect to have a sometimes 12 or 8-hour shift and then come home and then I still got to do the dishes. I still got to do my laundry. I still got to do this. I got to this whole list, then still go to sleep and then back to work.
Yeah, let's do no kids, like how you keep saying kids. You're going home and you're living with her, and a week's gone by and these Monday to Friday, there's no groceries there. She didn't go do your groceries. You're okay with that too?
All right, then let's plan for the weekend. Let's both go together.
So she spent Monday to Friday just binge watching Netflix, and you're okay with that?
Yeah, because
That's actually crazy.
This is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. I always enjoy seeing the podcast with, you know, like all male panels when they have conversations like this, you know, just like guys just talking, right? But this is interesting because we have a guy right there who says he does not expect his woman or his wife, if they were married together, which is a huge possibility, man. Guys get married young all the time. He doesn't expect her to cook and clean if she's a stay-at-home mom. The question that was proposed during the podcast, which I'll have their name appear here on the screen. It says, stay-at-home wife / husband have any responsibilities? With a thinking face, and he says no. Now, I will say this. These guys look like they're early 20s, maybe some of them mid-20s. And there are men out here who marry young with that type of knowledge and practice and that mindset going into a marriage, which is going to be a disaster, of course. Listen, I want to paint a picture for you guys. I'm about 21 years old and I have a girlfriend, and I introduced that girlfriend to my father, who is 100% African. As in his mindset at the time, he just recently migrated from Zambia in specific to California. And I'll paint you guys how differently he saw relationships based on the gender roles that he was used to in the country he was from. I'm talking to my dad and I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking some food. Guys, I am a great cook, an amazing cook. I like it. I actually love to cook, right? It's like how some people like doing other things for stress relief. I enjoy cooking. I'm pretty good at it. I'm over there cooking and my dad walks in and looks at me cooking and he says, that smells good, right? And he asked me what I'm making. And he has a very thick Zambian accent. And I tell him, hey, I'm cooking. And he says, for who? I said, I'm cooking for me and my girlfriend. Right? I was young at the time, but I enjoyed that. To this day, I enjoy cooking. And he looks at me and he says, why isn't she cooking for you? And I say, well, Dad, she actually doesn't know how to cook that well. And you know what my dad said? With the most serious look in his eyes, he looked right at me and said, then what is she for? Now, you may be sitting there thinking to yourself, what a misogynistic thing to say. How dare you say that about a woman, that a woman can only be useful if she knows how to cook? But what I had to remember was the culture that my father came from. His father, my grandfather, who was very educated and successful, I look up to him a lot, wore his first pair of shoes, I think it was at 25 or something like that. He grew up in the village And talk about gender roles. That's all they knew. My father rarely saw my dad step into the kitchen. But the most interesting thing is for my dad, the idea that a woman cannot cook. And mind you, he used to cook all the time for the family, for us, right? He didn't mind stepping into the kitchen and cooking at all. He wasn't as strict as his father. But the idea of a woman not cooking, he just couldn't fathom wanting to be with such a woman. I say that to say, I remember arguing with my dad at a young age and saying, I don't care if a woman doesn't cook for me. I don't care if she, I had a different mindset about all these things. As I grew older and built more life experience, once I realized once I leave my mom's house, I won't be able to eat the food that my mom made because now I'm a grown man and I want to focus on being as successful as I possibly can. As a man for my family, I realized that, hey, you know what? I do want a hot meal. I do want a woman who can cook for me. And ideally, I want her to take on the majority of that responsibility. And guys, I've talked about how if you're working with somebody, right, within a relationship, a household, you got to be reasonable. Nobody wants to work 8-hour, 12-hour shifts. And some people work like 14, 16-hour shifts. I mean, honestly, that is me. I don't want to come back home to a woman who's just been sitting around the whole day. No way. And I think that type of understanding only comes with more experience, which lets me know this guy isn't really that experienced in life. Because I guarantee you, as he puts himself in those situations and realizes just how much pressure or burden someone has to go through who's dealing with somebody who's not willing to pick up the slack, well, he's not going to like that coffee. And I've said plenty of times that, yes, if you're a man and your woman is working and you both have the same hours, etc., you're helping each other out. Now, I do believe that women are just better at certain things. They pay more attention to detail. And as far as the majority of cleaning, I would suggest you find a woman who's okay taking charge of that. And you're a reasonable man in yourself. So you got a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here says, he hasn't lived with someone yet, and it shows. Another comment here reads, he's saying everything a girl wants to hear, but they'll never actually date him. 11K likes on that one. That's hilarious. Another comment here says, if she ain't working, she should have the house clean and a meal for you when you get home. It's not a repayment, but it's partnership. It's not partnership. I don't like that word because partnership makes it sound like this is the ideal 50-50 situation when stay-at-home moms are privileged if you're with a man who can put you in such a position. 50-50 partnership is you're both working and you get home and you both clean that place together. Another comment here says, one person works / one person housework. Two people work / two people housework. Hey, what I just said, look at that. Got to find a balance. But even in that balance, people, there'll still be somebody who's ahead of that goal. If the goal is to clean up, this is where we lose people with these power dynamics. Even on a plane, there's a pilot and a co-pilot. There always needs to be somebody who's there like, okay, this is how we're going to do this. And your chick needs to take that role as the head. Now, are there women out there who are just messy and dirty and they're not that great at cleaning? Yeah. And that falls on you. Another comment here says, at this point, he is the wife. 2,000 likes. Another comment here from another person says, get him off the mic. The fire. This next commenter says, bro, founder of Simps. And somebody else responded, bro, I'm dying laughing to this with the laughing emoji. Another comment here added, and that's why he's single. And somebody else says, my boy is lost and is going to get ran over by every woman he encounters.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Somebody else here says, bro must like Bud Light. Yeah, Angry Orchard Gang. And somebody else says he loves their new sponsor. Who's the new sponsor of Bud Light? No, I'm curious. Okay, here it is. Bud Light partnership with trans star Dylan Mulvaney prompts backlash from conservative artists. Ooh, Bud Light there partnering with, I guess, a trans woman. Oh shit! What is shit's hilarious. How to get men to never touch a beer again? They're like, nah.
No, I'll have a tea actually.
Another comment here says, if a girl ain't cooking for you, she don't love you. Yeah, man. A woman loves to nurture. It is in her nature. Another comment here says, 4 Eyes is a simp. Another comment says, the girl's gonna like this one, bro. Then the next commenter says, bro, it's literally me in the video. I have a girlfriend. LMAO. And somebody responded back to him and says, you're pathetic. Somebody else here says, hell no. If I'm not working and he is, I'm definitely going to be making sure that he has food at the table when he comes home from work, vice versa. So I guess that's a girl. Somebody else here says, nah, it doesn't make sense. Like if you're home, you got to clean. And the final comment here says, I'm a girl and even I think he sounds dumb and naive. Listen, as always, I'm curious to know what you think, man. Leave your comments down below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.